Communication. In a professional environment, the quality of the transfer of understanding and insight becomes increasingly important as the consequence of failure rises. Speech is a relatively slow and linear mechanism for sharing information. We cannot hear a word until it is spoken. The listener has to hear at the pace of the talker, but our mind races ahead making predictions about what comes next. The written word can be considerably faster, as we are unlikely to dwell on every word. Speech also lacks permanence. Once the sound waves have passed the receiver's ear, they can be lost forever. Our only recourse is to the fragile processes of interpretation and memory. The words which we choose to use matter. Consider the social vocabulary. We start as social beings. This is where we learn and practice our speaking skills. Social language is good for building and maintaining relationships. A badge of social maturity is that we're careful about what we say. In the British social context, we avoid talking straight so as not to cause offence. Social language is heavily dependent on visual cues, tone and inflection to resolve ambiguity. We hide the real message with ambiguity, humour and lots of words. Getting it wrong affects the relationship. Professional language is the language of the task. It does involve straight talking. It uses a greatly reduced vocabulary. Words which add volume but do not add value have been removed. Ambiguity is avoided and precision valued. The language does most of the work. There can be standard scripted phrases which provoke standard scripted responses. A few words and acronyms with very specific meanings have been imported by way of jargon. The caution here is that jargon is very domain-specific and may cause confusion where there are different professional tribes present. For example, in aviation, ILS is an instrument landing system. In healthcare, ILS is immediate life support. The use of professional language reflects an increasing safety or commercial risk. Getting it wrong affects the task. As risk continues to increase, the language is squeezed further, so that in a crisis we use single words or short phrases. Stop, help, fire, cardiac arrest, catastrophic hemorrhage, an utterly unambiguous message in the smallest possible package, because getting it wrong represents a risk to life. Problems arise when the wrong vocabulary set is selected. In a professional environment, using social language may show a lack of confidence, or it may be an indication that the relationship is more important than the task, even if the risk is high. Professional language is unsuitable for building some relationships in the British social context, and crisis language is far too strident for everyday use. Which word set we need to use is determined by our situational awareness and our view of the dominant risk.